All right, good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Hope you're having a wonderful end of your day and your end of the weekend. It was beautiful. We had clear skies, abundant sunshine, and we're going to do it all over again tomorrow. And we'll chat about what the week has in store, how cold it's going to get overnight. Good news, most spots should remain above freezing late tonight, tomorrow morning, but a few spots in the hill country may dip down to about 32, but overall it should be a light freeze here in the area overnight tonight. Just want to make sure my audio is working a-okay on this beautiful Sunday night. Is everything working okay? And it looks like it is. All right, guys, if you have any questions about traveling over the next several days, feel free to comment. We'll be on social media for the next several minutes, next 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes or so, just answering questions on the weather and maybe traffic as well. We'll take a look at the traffic cams coming up in just a little bit. Matter of fact, you can see that right below me, for example, 410 at Starcrest. And what's the next one? 281 at Loop 410. There we go, not too far from North Star Mall. High temperature was 61 today. Morning low was at 26, so we were well below freezing this morning. Not going to be that cold overnight, but again, a few spots in the hill country may dip down to about 31 to 32. Tomorrow, grab a hoodie, yes. Rich says it's going to be typical San Antonio weather. Yeah, I mean, we're in winter, right? First couple weeks of February is typically when we see pretty strong, cold fronts move through. But good news, well, first and foremost, you can see Mountain Cedar mold light. But here's the temperature forecast for the next several days, 63 on Tuesday, and we actually warm up for the next several days. We're near 70 on Thursday and Friday. Only two very weak cold fronts in the forecast between Monday and Saturday, but otherwise it's going to be a beautiful week. No big rainmakers in the forecast, but if you are traveling to the Texas coast near Corpus Christi tomorrow or the valley near McAllen, Harlingen, that's where they may see a few showers overnight tonight and tomorrow morning. We'll chat about that coming up in just a bit. Perfect. All right, so at the moment we're at 48 degrees, winds are at 3 miles an hour, and temperatures are still pretty chilly. I mean, we're in the 40s depending on where you're at, right? So from southern Bexar County, 50s, 40s in central Bexar County, and 30s in northern Bexar County, right? So the farther north you are, right, your temperatures are likely going to fall a little quicker. But a little weird, right? Fredericksburg at 47 and Kerrville at 39, so it just depends on where you're at specifically in the hill country. But overall a bit cooler anywhere west of I-35 and some mild air to our south. Hour by hour forecast specifically here in San Antonio will drop to about 35 by tomorrow morning, above freezing, but again around the metro and even towards Bernie and northern portions of Bexar County may likely dip down to 32, but it's only going to be brief. Kerrville, we'll chat about your forecast in just a bit. We'll show you forecast models and all that good stuff. Winds light. There will be a weak cold front that moves through overnight. So let me rewind that back. It moves through, sometime in the overnight, and with it a northerly wind. Now, it's not going to get windy tomorrow morning, but it will be breezy. So temperatures in the middle 30s, plus a breeze at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Bundle up tomorrow morning. A breezy, cold morning's up ahead. So, matter of fact, you can see your Monday forecast looks pretty good. You'll see highs near 60 tomorrow afternoon, so very similar to today. Few clouds in the morning, mostly clear during the afternoon. Sunny skies, beautiful weather with abundant sun. Sunrise in the upper left-hand corner. You can see right there. There we go, perfect. So, sunrise at 7:19 and sunset. I need to fix that text. That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. All right, so we'll look at the forecast for right now, but let me fix this text right here. Because this should say sunset at 6:17. Let me see if I can fix this. There we go, sunset. Let me fix that real quick. Bear with me, everybody. And that should do it. Let me see if I can fix that. That should look better. All right, back to the forecast. Everyone doing okay on this Sunday night? There we go. Yeah, back to school tomorrow. Everyone's going back to work. Beautiful day in Gonzales. Hello, thank you, Willie. Yeah, beautiful day everywhere, right? I mean, it was clear, it was sunny. It's going to be the same thing tomorrow. So here's your Monday. High near 60 in San Antonio. There may be a few spots To our south and west, that'll likely hit the middle 60s tomorrow, but it's mostly quiet. Now, I do want to mention, if you are traveling tomorrow morning, or if you have friends or family that's going towards Corpus Christi tomorrow, Port Aransas, Rockport, Victoria, or even to the valley, that's where the weather will be more active in the overnight. So you can actually see the start of the rainfall, but we're not expecting any of that rain to make it to San Antonio. It'll be confined anywhere south of George West and south of Beeville, and moving towards the valley, and then moving out east in the Gulf of Mexico by tomorrow afternoon. So rain tomorrow for the valley, rain tomorrow for the coast, but not in San Antonio. It'll be clear and sunny tomorrow. But something you'll notice, like on this particular loop, you'll see the cloud cover kind of starting to build in. So that's one thing you'll notice by tomorrow morning, a few clouds overhead, but really just not much in the way of weather-wise. A few clouds, but overall, the rain will stay primarily to the south, and it's because of this little disturbance out in Mexico, and what that's going to do is kind of bring the rainfall in this direction, right? I mean, not going to move towards San Antonio, but the rainfall is going to move from Monterey to Brownsville to the valley to McAllen and towards Corpus Christi. It's not going to be a ton of rainfall, but primarily tomorrow is when the valley and deep south Texas will see some of that heavy rain. And you can see it with this forecast model. So let me just rewind that back and show you kind of like, so tomorrow morning at about, rush hour, 7 a.m., some heavy rain near Brownsville in the valley, and then this will move eastward very quickly, but some lingering showers for the valley and Corpus Christi maybe at about lunchtime. And then it moves out, right? So we stay clear in San Antonio. So in that loop, no rain made it anywhere far enough north to materialize and even head towards in our direction. So the rainfall forecast reflects that perfectly. You can see towards Brownsville, maybe up to about 1 to 3 inches of rainfall. And that's really just tomorrow only. And it looks like Rockport, Matagorda Bay, Copano Bay, Corpus Christi, Live Oak County, George West, Beeville, Three Rivers area will be eclipsed by more cloud cover, if anything, but maybe just a stray shower tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. But mainly to our south, towards the valleys where the rain's going to be. And here in San Antonio, you can see on the 7-day, it is looking quiet. So tomorrow, about 57 to 60. It just depends on how fast our air heats up. But overall, beautiful way to start the week here in the city. It'll be breezy too, not windy, but breezy, 10 to 20 mile an hour winds. 63 on Tuesday, and we trend in the right direction, right? 65 on Wednesday, and near 70 on Thursday and Friday, and above that on Saturday. So we do have a weak cold front that'll move through tomorrow. That's why it's going to be breezy tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow morning, but not windy. And then another cold front on Saturday, and what that's just going to do is bring in some slightly cooler air for this time next weekend, but really no rain, right? I mean, it looks great, beautiful weather, and looking pretty good. All right, some folks asking about Houston. Yeah, we'll show you what Houston's doing. I don't think that rain that we talked about in the valley for tomorrow, it's not going to make it anywhere near Houston. Maybe a stray shower in Houston areas, but really don't think it's going to be much of a problem. So let's see. So I'll go through this really slowly. All the rain to the south of Corpus Christi towards the valley. And you can see in Houston, they'll see some cloud cover. Maybe a stray shower may creep up northward towards Houston tomorrow, but Houston all day tomorrow stays partly cloudy, mostly dry, and a lot of this rain you can see moves out by Monday night, right? So let's see, Monday night, 8, 9, 10 p.m. So anywhere between here, Del Rio, Austin, Houston, Dallas, it is clear. The farther south you go, you run into some rain. So that's the big takeaway from the forecast for Houston for your Monday. But here in San Antonio, it looks pretty good. Hey there, Chris, and hey there, Luis. Everyone's having a wonderful night. Bill Taylor, he is off on the weekends, so he is enjoying his evening off. And I'll be live here on Ken's 5 at 10 o'clock until 11, and doing this social media, Facebook Live as well for the next several minutes. So I hope everyone's having a great night. Perfect. Yes, perfect. Yeah, so if anyone's going to see freezing weather tonight, it's going to be in the hill country, but I'll show you this right here. More clouds building overnight. By sunrise tomorrow morning, middle to upper 30s, maybe some lower 40s. The clouds will actually help kind of act as a blanket and keep most spots above freezing, but You know, Kerrville will be close by tomorrow morning before sunrise, maybe 32 to 34 in Kerrville. Same thing in Fredericksburg. Similar and comparable numbers across Bernie and Rock Springs. So if we do see any spots in a light freeze, it's going to be anywhere northwest of San Antonio from northern Bexar County towards the hill country, and mostly dry, just a few clouds overhead. And we're not expecting fog, so the commute should be smooth tomorrow morning. But again, if you're traveling to the valley tomorrow morning, that's where they're expecting more of the rain. But yeah, 7-day looks good. You can see highs near 70 by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Looks pretty good. Thank you, Adriana. I appreciate it. Again, if you guys have any questions on anything weather related, I mean, really weather-wise, tomorrow and the next 7 days don't offer up much. It's going to be sunny, cold in the mornings, warm in the afternoons, or at least mild in the afternoons. Certainly not warm, but we're glad to see 70s back in the forecast. That is the good news. All right, guys. Well, if you don't have any more questions, I'll loop through the graphics one more time so everybody can see it. If you're just tuning in, you can kind of get an idea of what the forecast looks overall. And I'll put on, you know, traffic for a little bit. But overall, it is a quiet night here in South Texas, and looks pretty quiet. Philip asks, is there another big freeze headed our way? Right now, no. Tomorrow morning, a light freeze across the hill country. San Antonio and the metro should be at or above freezing. So in terms of a huge big freeze like we saw last few days, no. That is not in the forecast. You can see it's 48 degrees right now, so we'll take that. Feels pretty good. Winds are light at 3 miles an hour, and will drop to the middle 30s overnight. But as you can see, no big freezes are expected in the extended period. Matter of fact, we get warmer, and that's good, right? We deserve it. Highs near 70 on Friday and Saturday. Weak front on Saturday afternoon, but that's going to be weak. It's not going to bring back freezing temperatures. But if you're wondering, coldest time out of the next 7, tomorrow morning and Tuesday morning, but it gets better and better by next week. So that's the good news. Near future. I can look at the extended forecast. Let me see. Hold on. So we have access to, you know, different models, and so this is the that's the high-res model. Let me switch this up and see what's coming down the pike. Let me just delete this real quick. We change up the angles, and let's see if there's any big surges of cold air coming through. So let me just save this real quick. And then, you know, sometimes when we look down the road like that, we look at the upper level winds, and that's located right here. And anytime we see any big and strong dips in the upper level jet stream, like anything that's in the, you know, green-blue color that gets closer to Texas, that's when we could give you an idea of when any Arctic outbreaks are coming through. But you can see through Tuesday and Wednesday, some warmer air kind of takes over. Most of the colder air is well to the northeast near the Great Lakes, Minnesota, Chicago. That's where the cold air stays through Wednesday and Thursday, at least the Arctic air, right? But going down the road through next weekend, looks like the lobe of Arctic air stays really locked in across eastern Canada. Let me see if I can go farther in time. Let's do Sunday. No, I gotta switch to Saturday. So sometimes the forecast models only give us certain ability to go so far out. So yeah, so this is through next weekend, like Saturday night, Sunday morning. All the Arctic air stays displaced way to the northeast and eastern Canada, well towards the Great Lakes. So if you're traveling towards Chicago or Toronto or New York next weekend, it'll be cold, but no big Arctic upper level systems for us here in South Texas. So it looks like that's how it's going to play out. Let's see how it looks on future radar. So that's the upper level wind pattern for next 7 days. On this, you can see rain for the valley tomorrow morning. The Euro is the European model. It stays clear through Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. A weak front between Friday and Saturday, but in terms of like Arctic blasts, no, it doesn't look like it. And you saw it with the upper level winds, and it looks like our forecast models aren't even painting the chance for rain, nor the chance at least for some Arctic air moving back in. So next 7 to 8 days as we slowly approach Super Bowl Sunday and Valentine's Day, It's looking good. It is looking good. All right, so it is mostly quiet here on this Sunday night, and we're looking at temperatures in the 70s later on this week, so that's the good news. So if you have any plans this week, if you have the next few days off, looks A-OK. 70 by Thursday and Friday. 2 cold fronts in the forecast, but very weak. One tomorrow and one next Saturday, but otherwise, it is looking great. Let me see, what else do I have to offer here? Yeah, so we have the 7-day. I'll break down future radar, and you can see just a few clouds drifting overnight, 7, 8 a.m., right? But, I mean, most spots remain above freezing tomorrow morning. That is the good news. And by tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, mostly sunny, and highs near 60. Beautiful day. That's actually below average for this time of year, so keep that in mind. But still jacket, sweater weather in the morning, and then even keeping the jacket around in the afternoon. Despite the sun, it's still going to be on the chilly side towards 3 and 4 o'clock, at least for South Texas. All right, guys. Well, if you are doing okay, I will put this weather loop on for the next several minutes, but otherwise it is a quiet evening, and I'll rewind it back to the 7-day and give you guys an idea of how it looks here in the city for the next few days. It looks pretty good. Otherwise, hope you guys have a wonderful night. We'll be on at 10 o'clock from 10 to 11, giving you guys the latest on local news, weather, and sports, and we're excited to do it. So tune in tonight at 10. Otherwise, if you have any more questions, shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. I'm on all social media platforms, so feel free if you have any other questions about the weather for the next couple days. Otherwise, it looks nice. Highs near 60 and 70 by the end of the work week, and a lot warmer and definitely a lot better compared to this time last weekend, and especially on Thursday and Friday when we had that winter blast, the wintry mix, the sleet, the freezing rain. None of that is in the forecast for the next 7 days. So stay safe and stay warm, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and be safe out there. I'll put the weather forecast on loop for the next minute or so for anybody that didn't see these graphics, but otherwise, have a great night and stay safe.